Just so you know, Daft Monks is half talk show, half actual play campaign that features adult language and topics. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's get to it. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Nat One Presents the Daft Monks podcast. Hey, Nate, how's it going?
It's good, Nate. We're back.
We're back, though. It doesn't matter. I saw on a comment today, they're like, what? You're back? And like, fuck yeah, motherfucker, we're back.
You made that up. We don't have comments.
It was on Facebook. Did you see it?
Oh, I've stopped. I've totally quit Facebook. I don't look at that. Anywho.
So what's new with you, Nate? I know there's some news going on in the Squid Games universe.
Yeah, all right. So I can't let it go, guys. I'm sorry. But the last episode I mentioned, there was like maybe some clickbaity stuff. Like, it's that serious. Like 3 people rolled out in stretchers. Well, people have gotten back and they're starting, even though they have NDAs, they're using like alias names and talking with. So this article was from Variety. So like, I'm not saying, obviously not like NPR, but like, not like some random gossip.com or whatever.
It's not the Inquirer.
No, exactly. And the articles are fucking hilarious, Nate. I literally and figuratively may have dodged a bullet on this one. Basically, I just want to jump right in, Nate. I was just going to read you some of the like juicy parts of the article.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear them.
So they did basically start with the red light, green light game. No Alec Baldwin, which is probably for the best.
We didn't call it.
Something like they woke them up at like 3:30 in the morning. It was a 2-hour drive to a hangar. And now this is filming in the UK. They're in this like old military hangar and it's cold as fuck. It's below 0 degrees Celsius, which, right, that's under 32 degrees Fahrenheit, freezing.
Yeah. Pretty
freaking cold. Now, I'll say get over it to some extent. They gave them some like hand warmers, like thermal underwear and socks and stuff. And they told you like pack a jacket and all that. But the problem was once they started to play red light, green light, which they anticipated to take 2 hours. And remember, they're hooking up these like fake blood machines to you and mics. So there's lots of prep.
Whoa.
And then they were like, all right, red light, green light's going to take 2 hours. It took 7 hours, Nate. Imagine playing red light, green light for 7 hours, first of all.
Like, where do you stop at? Like, you've got to stop eventually, right?
So it sounds like what was happening is it was supposed to be like 2 minutes between like kind of each round. And they have third-party people trying to keep the game fair and like monitoring. So I think what was happening was these people weren't able to like watch the game in just 2 minutes and figure stuff out. Or like, and we'll get into like some of the medical things that were happening. So basically, the rounds were usually more like 10 to 15 minutes between each green light. And then some of them, one round, a woman said she counted, it was close to 26 minutes before the next green light. And they wouldn't let you move. And when the first person dropped, let me see if I can read like a good part of it. When the show's giant killer doll stopped singing, they had to freeze in position. But what began as the promised 2-minute wait was quickly bumped up to 10 and then 15 minutes. Marlene, which was her code name because she had an NDA, says she counted a 26-minute wait during one round, which I said. The second time the song played, I saw in my left peripheral vision that this girl was swaying. Then she just buckled and you could hear her head actually hit the ground. But then someone came on the microphone and said to hold our positions because the game is not paused. After that, people were dropping like flies. Marlene estimates that around 4 people fainted. Netflix has said 3 people required medical attention. The article later goes on to say multiple people said it was 4. After medics were called for the 11th time, estimates Marlene, they started giving us relaxation breaks, which were don't move your feet, but if you want to bend your knees or move your arms around, you can.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're just complaining. Like, imagine playing red light, green light for 7 hours. Like, it's not fun anymore in freezing temperatures in a tracksuit. Also, here's the thing that people got upset about. Once the game started, they took away your hand warmers and they were wearing their coats up until that point, but they took away their coats.
Oh.
And they couldn't even keep the front part zipped because they had to display their number.
Oh.
So they had to keep the jacket unzipped. So it was totally apt. Now, Nate, I'll go ahead and say I would have excelled at this. I basically have already done this in basic training.
Right.
But here's the part, Nate, that really, really started to upset me. Like, this is where I also would have been fucking livid, Nate. All 3 players say they returned to the hotel between 7 p.m. and midnight without having dinner. Dinner orders had been taken at lunch, but because the game had run longer than expected, remember, quoted 2 hours, contestants were transported back to their central London hotel, 2 hours away, without having eaten. Production had ordered pizzas for those arriving, but there wasn't enough food to go around, and some people went to bed hungry.
Oh, no.
And then there's another blurb, I didn't save it, but it basically said that some people woke up and there was a bag of McDonald's with like one cheeseburger that had been sitting there for like hours. And then they were like the next day flown home. And these people weren't paid. Remember, I said in the last episode, you're not getting any kind of stipend to be here. So it just sounds absolutely terrible. And I cannot wait to watch it with you, Nate, and shit all over it and see who the quirky person is that stood out in the cold for 7 hours and took my fucking spot. So serves you right.
But like, did these people not watch the show? Because it sounds like everything on this reality show is exactly like the show. They're fighting for food. These are miserable events. Nobody's out there having fun playing red light, green light. There was one guy having fun on the real show, and he was in on it.
Yeah. I get it. People don't think logistically, but like when you watch, how long was that scene? Well, actually, the scene was probably a few, like, kind of long for the red light, green light. But like,
right,
you know, you're watching it. They're editing it in a way that's like red light, green light, and it's like stop, go, and you know, it happens all pretty quickly. Like you don't realize in a reality TV show that isn't going to happen that fast. Even like with their 2 minutes, supposedly it was supposed to be 2 minutes between rounds. Like that never would have happened. This was going to be a super long day every day. Spoiler alert: every day is going to be a super long day with very little sleep. I also don't get it. But the food part, I think, is like even just the fact that they ordered fucking pizza. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
right.
I get that 456 people is unheard of. Like that level of cast for like people to take care of for production is wild. But they have 2 production companies, which is unheard of, working on this.
Ooh, that is weird.
What the fuck did they expect? And also, you're not paying any of us to be there. So the least you can do, like, I'm sorry, but I would have been livid if I had a fucking Domino's, fucking 2 slices of Domino's pizza after a 16-hour day. I would have lost my fucking mind. You know,
with those 2 slices, you got more than everybody else.
Oh, yeah. The game would have really started then because I would have been eating people's pizza. I'd be like, you can't compete if you can't fucking eat. And, you know,
just staring them down.
Yeah, the game within the game.
Like, what are you going to do about it, Shirley? You ain't doing shit. Now give me that.
The line where you could audibly hear her head actually hit the ground. Yeah. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Oh, and they're not allowed to turn and look around. So you just hear it. Be like, oh my God, I think a person just fell next to me.
Honestly, Nate, like too, I'm the type, I think we talked about this. I'm the type who laughs when I'm uncomfortable in a horror movie. So I can definitely see myself just starting to giggle or something when that happens. And honestly, not like even like, haha, but like out of discomfort because I don't know what to do.
Right.
I'd probably be the first contestant to like get blown up for laughing in the middle of red light, green light.
You would look like a real dick out there. Be like, this guy's laughing at him.
Anyway, guys, if you're listening to the podcast, I'm so sorry, but it is very unlikely. I'm sure people are going to keep getting off the show and have more and more stories, and they're all going to talk anonymously until the numbers get fewer. We are probably going to keep talking about this and then re-talk about it once the show comes out. Buckle up. This is now Daft Monks, the Squid Game podcast.
Sorry, not sorry. Deal with it.
Okay, Nate, I talked a whole lot here. What would you like to talk about? I know you've been making some progress with your irons.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing really good. I've lost a little bit of weight. I cheated today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had 1 Red Bull. But I have been doing really good, and it's promising. So there's that, you know?
That's really exciting. But then, Nate, you told me a really fascinating fact that I honestly, if you're comfortable, I would love to talk about on the show because that's crazy to me what you were saying about like hormones and stuff.
So, So when Megan was originally pregnant with Corbin, I got fat. And I thought like, man, what the heck? You know, like, why am I getting so fat? I got up to like 236, like high 230s. And I've never been that big in my life. And then I lost all that weight after we had Corbin. But then the second go around, I made an effort for Roscoe. I'm like, all right, you were going to fucking watch yourself, you know? And I didn't gain any weight. But it was still the same thing. Like I watched a video on it, and I've also read a little bit on it that when women are pregnant, so if your partner is pregnant, it's some kind of weird thing where they're like releasing a pheromone or something, and the man picks up on it, and then his body starts changing to where he's like, okay, we're going to have a child. We need to settle down. We need to pack on some weight, you know, because we got to feed this kid. So we need all the energy we can have. We don't need to be out whoring around because we can take care of this kid. So it's something to where it like lowers your testosterone levels and ups your estrogen levels, and it like happens to your body, and it's just the craziest fucking thing.
How have I not heard about this? I mean, like, and obviously, aside, I'm not in a relationship where my partner can get pregnant. So that, I mean, but like, how have I, like, I work in marketing in my real life, which is actually tends to be a little bit more dominant by females. And so I've worked with plenty of coworkers who have gone on maternity leave. This is, and maybe that's something they don't want to share at work, but like, how have I never ever heard that this whole thing about like, oh yeah, like if your wife gets pregnant, your testosterone gets blocked for a period, or, like whatever. However
Right.
it's described scientifically. Like I had never heard that before, Nate. Like,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
just imagining Megan was like absorbing your testosterone. I'm like, I'm having this baby now.
She's got a full beard.
This is for the child. He will be stronger than you. He will lead the clan.
Yeah.
But you've heard of like sympathy weight, right? So like that's what I always thought it was. So like sympathy weight is the husband or whatever partner gets fat when the other partner gets pregnant, and like I thought that's just what was happening to me, but it turns out there's an actual logical
It sounds
thing
like
going
bullshit
on.
to me. Like I'm gonna watch after this episode to see if this is like one of your conspiracy theories. We're like weird programmed animals that like
Right.
do things, like in the cartoons where like you touch something and it like sprays you. Like we do that with our body too. It's just like, we don't have like audible, hilarious, like visual like discharges usually, but like we're the same thing.
Right.
Like, we have
and
like all
we're
these...
just accustomed to it at this point. Like if somebody else saw something, I'm like, oh, do you know if you shine a light in their eyes, like their pupils get really small, or if it gets
Totally.
dark, they get like, what a bunch of fucking weirdos,
Yeah.
you know?
It's fact. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Don't get pregnant, or don't let your partner get pregnant.
It's not just one of my multiple conspiracy theories. I've been going down a lot of deep dives lately, Nate. Lately, it's been mixed martial arts deep dives about how the first UFC was rigged, and then fake martial artists. And then I actually sent Nate a link to a guy named Ashita Kim. I forget what his real name is, but he's just some dude in fucking Florida who invented some sweet ninja skills, and he's got a bunch of videos out there if you want to watch them. But apparently the ninja videos weren't doing so hot, so he decided to do a set of graphic like romance novels, like the kind your mom reads when nobody's looking around, or like the knight took his sword and thrust it deep into her sheath kind of thing.
The funny part is my mom is a huge science fiction nerd, and I'm the one more likely to read that novel. But anywho, yeah, no, you showed me that, and the conspiracy goes even deeper than that, Nate, because who on that cover art was very clearly depicted, but none other than our biggest fan, competitor, inspiration, muse, Greta Thunberg, whatever her name is.
We don't want to get sued, so Greta Thunberg.
No, who's kidding me? I don't know her fucking name. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Thurberg or something like that. It doesn't matter. Either way, look up Ashita Kim novel if you're a listener of the show. And sure as shit, it's Greta's face on the cover of this book. It looks just like her, but she is doing some dirty things with Ashita Kim, the ninja.
Ashita Kim's who got to worry about is the one who's got to worry about getting sued by Greta, because that was just scandalous, Nate. It's wild.
And it has to be one of those like Fabio things where they looked at him as a model and then they kind of recreated it, because Ashita Kim ain't getting that close to any lady. I can guarantee it.
And like that whole thing totally made me think of, remember we did the Kung Lu death match?
Yes.
It kind of like literally it's the same thing basically. Like this guy like is like, oh, Kung Fu was working out, so I did these videos. Like that's almost the exact premise you used for Kung Lu. Was that like inspiration, or that
he wasn't, but Count Dante was actually my inspiration. And he is
who the fuck is Count Dante?
All right, let me break it down for you. He was one of the original guys. So before the Kung Fu movie started coming out, this was karate still from the Orient back then. So, and it was
saying
a
it
big
ironically.
Deal. Yeah. And then I kid you not, Nate, Count Dante was the leader of the Black Dragon Fight Society, like Kano's Black Dragons. So he made this up, right?
I don't usually want to know, but what is the ethnicity of Count Dante?
Irish.
Okay.
White Irish man.
Dante gives me Irish. Count gives me not
Right,
not
the Count of
Irish.
Monte Cristo kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Maybe.
But no, he is neither a count nor a Dante. He is just an Irish guy. Oh, originally, Nate, you're going to love this. Originally, he was a hairdresser. And, and so he has a black belt or whatever in some kind of karate style. It's not looking good. So he's like, I need to change it up. He writes to all the comic books and magazines in the time, and he says he developed the Ding Mak, or the Death Touch, and he sold it for $5 a piece, and it was a little pamphlet. Now this is where shit gets crazy, because he started building a following from this little pamphlet. Ipso facto, we're in the 70s, his Black Dragon dojo ended up fighting another team's dojo over rights over who was going to teach karate in the streets. I believe it's in New York City at the time. And one guy of Count Dante's got killed because they dressed up like fake police officers, went over to the other dojo, were going to go shut it down. And one of the big rumors is that one of Count Dante's friends was stabbed in the chest with a fucking spear, and that's how he died. And it went to the court, and the judge was like, you fucking kids need to just cut this shit out. And nobody was charged with anything, man. The guy died and nobody was charged with shit.
It was so ludicrous. He's like, this isn't even worth my fucking time, even though
Yes.
somebody fucking passed away over this dispute.
They're like, defendant, state your name. Count Dante. The judge is probably like, I'm fucking done, man. Get the fuck, take your shit.
Counts
Get the
will
fuck
be
out of here.
counts. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh man, so you got to look up some of this stuff. Like he's got a little afro poof little thing, and yeah, he was just a hairdresser that turned karate master.
till as old as time.
Yeah, you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times. But he was actually the inspiration for Kung Lu.
Oh god, it's so good. Oh man,
I know. It cracks. He died with a fucking spear, Nate. It's the 70s. Who's getting stabbed to death with a fucking spear in the streets of New York City?
And who didn't see a guy walking around with a spear? Like, you can't, a dagger, you could hide, or like even like, nunchucks you fit in your pocket, but like a spear is just gonna, like, there's a guy walking the streets in New York City with a spear in the 70s.
I bet the motherfucker saw it and he's like, oh, I've been training on how to dodge this. Watch, guys. And he just got fucking stabbed in the chest.
Oh, see, Nate. See, you got me all worked up now, because my office is out of the company I work for or at least my branch is stationed out in New York City, and now I got to worry about if I go stay in a hotel, go walk over to the office, I might get stabbed by a guy with a spear.
Yeah.
A former hairdresser turned kung fu prodigy.
And you're not going to get any kind of retribution from it, because the judge is going to take one look at it and be like, you fucking kids, get out of here, Kids will be kids.
Don't let it happen again, okay? A lot of things in life always go back to the movie Anger Management, and I love that scene where, like, I think this was after he hits like the airline attendant when they were fighting and like accidentally elbows her or whatever, or hits them in the bar, and the judge is like, you have like 3 counts of assault. What do you have to say for yourself? And then like everything stops because the Nicholas is what's his name? Not Nicolas Cage.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson comes in and he like winks at people and then goes up to the judge like, may I approach, judge? And she's like, of course. And then he just like walks up and they just like banter, and she's like, I'm gonna let you go with it. And anyway, that's just what it sounds like. Like, that would never happen in real life, but like that's literally what probably happened. And this is in the 70s. Again, we're not talking like 1840,
right?
Or talking about 19 wild.
Yes, crazy.
Why aren't we doing this stuff in our podcast? We should just be covering these stories. They're even wilder than anything we can come up with for Van Helsing or Jorah Belmont. All right, Nate, unless you got anything else you want to rant about, I think we can dive into today's episode.
Let's jump into it. The darkness is approaching yet again. The vampires have outnumbered us 4-1, and our odds are not in our favor. It seems as if all hope is lost.
I wouldn't quite say lost, as probably misplaced or something along those lines. But either way, fear not, for Van Helsing and Belmont are here to save you.
All right, and we're back. Nate, I'm going to give you a chance. Every time you recap, you leave out major important points from the last episode. But why don't you try to give us a recap of last episode to the best of your ability?
Okay, you got it. So, Belmont was easily captured by a goblin, drugged down into a dungeon of some kind. That is where he met his new friend and fellow monster slayer, Naya. Together, they managed to escape, luckily, out of the dungeon and worked their way through said dungeon upstairs, where they ran into a couple different rooms. They got to know each other a little bit, talked about their feelings. Definitely, with what we've heard from the feedback, Naya fell down on a stick, and his voice is going to change a little bit for the next time he comes back. So that is now canon. But they together found their way and saw Dracula killing poor Blade. It was a travesty, really. Blade died so easily. And then somehow, one way or another, Belmont tripped through some glass and stumbled in because he's so clumsy. It definitely wasn't Naya's fault or anything. And then they got to talking to Dracula, decided, you know what, Dracula's too dangerous. So Belmont decided to be a crazy person and jump out the window very recklessly. Naya jumped out to save him, grabbing some vines. Together, they used Blade's body as a pillow, cushioning their fall in the moat. And Belmont stripped Blade completely naked for some reason, taking his trench coat and sunglasses and sword. And they found their way back into the presence of Belmont Castle or Manor. And it just so happened that there was a large explosion. And out of the roof of the manor, a large, demonic-looking Belmont dad appeared. And he had that scowl on his face like, oh, you kids, you know.
Boys will be boys.
And that's pretty much what I remember from it.
Make sure you put those spares away.
That's exactly how I remember it.
Yep, that's exactly how it happened, Nate. I couldn't. Next time, just do it in Van Helsing's voice, because that might as well be the perspective it's coming from. But that's that also tells me exactly how much you listen to the parts that I talk.
Oh, it can be like one of those animes where the main character's not even in it, like on Naruto, and Naruto's telling you what happened, and be like,
Last time, Naya single-handedly saved the day as Belmont did absolutely nothing, like always. I love blackberries.
It's in the pod, because honestly, I don't even I talk so much anyway, and I have to cut out 20% of what I say. So me just doing a recap, forget it. From now on, we'll just do a Van Helsing's version of the recap, even though he's not there, and he can even add insight on why things happened, even though he wasn't there. So I love it. We'll roll with that.
All right, perfect.
Okay. So this episode, again, we're going to do little fast forwards in time, because it's not fun to talk about walking for 3 days and that kind of bullshit. So we are switching back to Bingo and Van Helsing, who are traveling to some kind of local capital, I don't know, business epicenter of the region that they're in. And we'll say that they arrived and very quickly set up base at a familiar location, something like Bingo had access to, had the keys to an old, I don't know, building. And they started to set up, and immediately Bingo has this plan he wants to carry out. And so that's where we're picking up today. They've been in this town, the city. We'll call it Groshurberger.
Groshurberger.
Yeah, Groshurberger. Greta Groshurberger.
She's the mayor of Groshurberger.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go into. I picked that name because I was about to say something from Castlevania, but then I was like, oh, we have to stop saying things that could maybe get us sued. Okay. So then I just started and changed it. It was almost like the Bella bit, but in real life.
Right.
It was the Peter Griffin moment.
That could be new merch, though. It'll be a picture of Greta, but her eyes will have the black bar going across it, and we'll say Greta Groshurberger.
We have to be famous because we'll have the most bizarre, funny merch that you'll only get if you listen to 47 episodes of the Daft Monks.
I'd wear that shirt every single fucking day. Greta Groshurberger.
You've worn shittier shirts every day. That Dungeons and Dragons shirt, if you ever left that in my house, I'd just burn it instead of touching it.
The one print is completely gone off one of them now. And Megan looks at me with the other one that has like the really bad pit stains in them because I use it for everything from working outside to working out to actually going to work and then lounging around. She's like, I'm going to throw that fucking shirt out. And I'm like, it's my favorite. It's Greta Thunberg.
I mean, it's a material that she can. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Long story short, so Bingo and Van Helsing are in Groshurberger. Getting ready to carry out a plan that Van Helsing admittedly doesn't maybe fully understand or have all the details for.
I understand nothing about this plan. I knew that we flipped a coin. Heads, we do this plan in Groshurberger, and tails, we go to Chult and look for Belmont. And we landed on heads, so here we are in Groshurberger. What exactly are we doing here, Bingo, my leader, my teacher, my swami?
Van Helsing, my child, I am so proud of you for figuring out as much as you have. As I've said 7 times already, we are preparing a dinner for some esteemed guests tonight.
Yes, I understand that, but I also want you to know that I have had a problem with dinners in the past where I've been to one, right? And it was fun. It was like, la, 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 here we are having fun. I punched a guy, sucker style, and then I met a lovely lady, and it turned out it was for schmucks. And we were the schmucks, me and my friend, Belmont. You remember him, the guy we're supposed to be looking for?
Yes, as I remember it, even though I wasn't there, you, quote, curb stomped a goblin, and then it somehow changed to punched in the face, conveniently. But that's neither here nor there. Don't worry about it, my friend. Just go to the market and grab the rest of these ingredients. We have 2 hours before our guests arrive.
All right, let me see the list. Okay, tomato. Yes, I know that. What is this down here on the bottom, highlighted? Made outfit. What is this?
Oh, nothing. Just a little bit of design fashion to set the scene, as it were. Don't you worry a hair on your head, my child.
All right. I'll go to the market.
Oh, give me the list back 1 sec. And then he grabs it and adds belly dancing outfit underneath it and highlights that too. Okay, my boy. Chop, chop.
All right. I'll be back in the shake of a curb stompy.
Okay, do you want to even roleplay this shit, or you just want to get back? How do you want to do this?
It don't matter to me. Whatever you think. Do you want to be a shopkeeper? Because if not, we can just get back to groceries.
Let's skip the grocery market at Groshurberger and skip to the clothing store. Let's roleplay the clothing store, then you can head back.
That was really confusing, getting groceries in Groshurberger. You should have saw the sign out there. It was the most difficult thing to read. Like, what am I even looking at? Groshurberger groceries? It had so many G's in it. I've never seen so many G's.
Who are you talking to?
I'm monologuing to myself while I'm walking to the tailor. This is ridiculous. What kind of town is this?
It's Groshurberger. It says the...
All right, here I am. All right, I'm going to go down Groshurberger Main Street and find the tailor.
Oh, hello. Hello, welcome to Groshurberger Tailors.
Yes, thank you. I have a couple of items that I need to get by. One is a maid outfit, and the other is a belly dancer outfit. They are necessary tools that I need here in Groshurberger to for my friend. Sorry,
that's
the air is very thin here in Groshurberger.
Okay, all right, hold on. We have to get through this. Okay, those are pretty unique requests, but we can do so. Do you have the size, the bust and the different measurements that needed for the outfit?
He didn't really say. He just said to get a rough estimate for a portly fellow with a mustache. I don't know what that means.
The tailor looks at you up, like his eyes just glance up, then down. He's like, "Yeah, I think I got it."
Oh, well, good. And since I'm here, I saw a shirt in the window that I'd like to have. The one that says, "Welcome to Groshurberger." If you don't mind wrapping that up for me too, that would be great.
Yeah. Yes, that's our most popular shirt, actually. Happy to. Let me see if we have one in your size.
If you do, I'm actually going to wear it out. Yes. 2XL would be fine, extra wide. I want to make sure all the letters fit on the shirt.
Okay, that will be 14 silver pieces, and it will be about 7 days for the belly dance outfit and the maid costume. We don't usually make them in large mustachioed form.
Yeah, rather odd size, but that's what he told me. I'm not a tailor, so I trust your judgment. I'll go tell Bingo. But I get the T-shirt now, right?
Oh yeah, no, that you can have the T-shirt now.
Score.
Okay, we'll say you hand over the money, and yeah, I guess you go back to Bingo to tell him it's going to be 7 days for the outfits.
Bingo, I'm back. So you're not going to believe this, but Go Groshurberger is a tough town to find anything in. All of the signs are all Groshurberger Avenue 1, Groshurberger Avenue 2, and they have them all written down on the signs. They're the longest street signs I've ever seen in my life. But either way, 7 business days for the belly dancer and the maid outfit, if that's okay with you, Bingo. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm wearing something a little different today. He's puffing out his chest.
Oh, yes, it's that shirt everyone wears that says, "Welcome to Groshurberger, home of the bargain burger."
Yes, that's the one.
Well, my child, there is a problem. These outfits are needed for tonight, as I repeatedly had mentioned. But no fear, even though you spent all of the silver on a souvenir from the local shop. Here, go to this address. He writes a new address on the paper. It's on Groshurberger 16 and the corner of Groshurberger Northwest. And speak to the madam, and she should have what we need.
Yes, does the madam have a name, or is it just madam?
No, it's just madam.
Okay, very well. I guess I'm on my way then. Cruising my way downtown, making my way. Groshurberger, burger, digger. Groshurberger.
How does this become the punchline of the episode? It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Anyway, okay, so as you approach, we're not even doing rolls anymore. It looks like a brothel. You've seen those many times, so you're very accustomed. It looks like he sent you the address of a brothel, not a tailor.
Oh, okay. I'm very familiar with places like this, but even though I've never been to one here in Groshurberger. But onward I go. Knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Oh, all right. You got it. Hello, madam. I'm assuming Madam Groshurberger. I have a note here from a man named Bingo. He is my swami/mentor, and he told me to see you about a horse. Or actually, what's on the note? Here's the note.
As soon as you said Bingo's name, she kind of went like pale and ghostly, and she did take the letter and she reads. She says, "Yes, right this way. We don't usually have things in this size, but whatever Bingo needs, of course. We don't fuck with that guy."
Oh yes, I too do not mess with him. He is rather stern sometimes.
Deborah Berger, please come down here. And a very quite portly woman comes down, and she stops at the top of the stairwell, kind of like eyes you, blows you a kiss, and comes down. And she's like, the madam is like, no, he's not here for business. We need you to take him upstairs and pick out some of your clothing. Oh, okay.
Wow, that is a voice you have on you. You could be one of the 3 tenors brothers, the bass.
Nope, just Deborah Berger. And yeah, I've been here the longest. I have the fewest visits, but I've been here the most time. Tell me how that adds up, right? Anyway, my room's up here.
All right, I'll follow you, Miss Amazonian Durger.
So you go up a number of stairs. Both of you begin perspiring quite a bit, and you get into her bedroom, which is not very appealing or sensual in any way. And she opens a wardrobe and says, "All right, the madam says you get to take your pick. Whatever you want, I guess."
Well, there's something in particular. Two things, actually. I need a belly dancer outfit for something or one thing or another. And I also need a kind of a cocktail waitress slash maid slash, I don't know, hostess with the mostest here in Burger Dugger Sugar Dugger. That's what I need.
Got it. Coming right up. Slutty Halloween costume and my cousin Vinny's drag outfit. You got it.
Yes, if that's the code names for them. Why would they make such a lovely lady live all the way up all these stairs? I am sweating so profusely.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me?
Yes, of course. You are a lady and you're offering me clothes. You are a lady, correct? I mean, you are a lady.
But you haven't paid me. Why are you being nice willingly? I don't understand.
It's my job to help the less fortunate and bring them up, even beyond their station.
Well, this was just going to be a pure business transaction, but if you got some time on your hands, maybe we could have a little fun, make it worth your while.
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't happen because you would die a slow and very painful death if I were to make sweet, passionate love to you right now.
That's always what they say. Just say it. You think I'm a porker, huh? That's it. And then this basically is the entire scene from Anger Management where she starts stuffing brownies and it's like, just say that I'm a porker. And she just like throws the brownies at you.
Okay, well, I'm going to get these clothes and just step on back outside.
They're probably too tight for you anyway, porker.
How'd you know they're for me? They might not be for me. Just Bingo needs them. I don't think they're for me.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you. A couple weeks you'll be in the room above mine and we'll see who's laughing. Die a painful death. Unbelievable. I've heard it all.
Oh, well, we'll tell each other nice stories at night.
She slams the door on you.
Oh, such a lovely girl. All right, I'm going to try to slide down this rail because those stairs were really doing a number on my calves.
Okay, it's not smooth. It's like really bumpy.
I've had worse.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom and the madam's there and is like, did you find what you need?
I hope so. I found these two outfits that seem to be large and circus tent shape almost.
And yet somehow too small. But as long as you and Bingo are happy, we are happy. Please come back anytime.
Well, I'm always happy, but okay, yes, okay. Everyone's so nice every time I mention Bingo's name around here. It's so weird.
Yes, well, that's our safe word, along with Stomache Dogger.
Yes. Rolls right off the tongue.
So, she escorts you out and, thanks you for your time. And again, keeps reiterating, please tell Bingo that whatever he needs, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I'll tell him what you said, you floozy.
And she goes inside and closes the door.
Wow, nice people here in Ferguson. All right, make my way back to Bingo.
As you're walking, some guy comes up to you and he's like, excuse me, sir, do you have the time?
Oh, yes, I do. Would you look at that? No. He really wanted to sucker punch him, but he's holding it back, and he brings out his watch. It is exactly, I don't know what time is it.
It is 10 minutes before the dinner.
Oh, shit. I need to hurry back. Thank you, sir, for reminding me that time is a thing. Bye.
Yes, very convenient. Have a good day. All right, so you get back to, we'll call it Bingo's hideout for the rest of this episode, because God forbid I make up any more names ever in the show.
What a long run. That's the longest main street I've ever seen. The sign for the name runs the whole length of the street. I'm back, Bingo.
My child, where have you been? The dinner starts in 10 minutes. You're not even ready. You're not dressed. You haven't prepared the dinner. Breathe, Bingo. It's okay. Everything is going to go smoothly. Forget the food ingredients. I have already prepared what we're going to have for tonight. It has an extra special kick. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, which I'm sure you're not.
No.
Please go get changed and get ready to welcome our guests.
All right, but just to be fair, you sent me to the fucking Mall of America version of brothels. 20 stories of brothels in this place, and they put the ugliest chick at the top, and that's where I had to go to get these clothes. I'm not complaining. I'm not, but I'm complaining.
You did great, my child, and I'm very, very proud of you. Now go put the maid outfit on and let's get started.
Well, I could slide right in them. I'm so sweaty right now. Okay.
Let's say you go. You don't have to put the maid outfit on right away. Let's say he comes back in and alters plans. He's like, actually, never mind. You're going to first welcome our guests in whatever nice attire you have.
So not the welcome to Durger shirt.
Yes, you can wear the welcome to the Durger Durger.
Yes, and a bow tie.
That you just had on you. It was actually Mr. McNibbles, so it's like extremely small.
Yes, it's red. It's got little prints of cheeses on it. It's adorable.
Okay, now hurry up. We have to get ready now. I need to keep up certain appearances. I'm sure you'll understand, my boy, but just follow along, follow my lead as that you're very good at, and everything will go quite well.
Yes, okay. You just have to tell me the names of the people, and I'll remember them.
Oh, yes, I guess I should tell you our guest list for you this evening. We have 4 guests. We have Brutus the Brute.
Okay.
Joey Three Toes.
Oh, okay.
Dracula's cousin Vinny.
Odd.
And lastly, the White Russian.
These sound like code names of infamous people, Bingo. What kind of business are we conducting? Just a dinner with a kick in it, apparently?
What if I taught you about judging books by their covers, Van Helsing?
Sometimes a book doesn't have a cover, and then what do you say about that?
Yes, they're criminals.
Just like Vinny, I'm sure.
Okay. Anyway, go help out, and I think Vinny might need some extra assistance. Okay, now, let's go.
All right.
Let the dinner begin. Ding dong!
Already?
I guess Bingo's hideout has a fucking doorbell.
A Ring camera.
Yeah.
Alexa, who's at the door? Oh no, don't turn on. No, God damn it.
Do you need a sec? I can edit it out. Okay.
No, it's okay. It turned on. Cancel. You dumb bitch. Okay. Who's at the door first? Hello and welcome. Who are you, sir?
I am the White Russian, and I am a madam.
Oh, sorry. I get easily confused about gender. You know how it's fluid, and you can't really tell what's up and down. How's it go? I am Van Helsing, and this is Bingo's house. Welcome to the dinner. Come on in.
She looks around. Is this the right place? This does not look very appropriate for tonight's topic.
I'm sure you're in the right place because your name is White Russian. There's a White Russian here on my list of people joining us, and this is, in fact, Bingo's dinner. Can I make you anything to drink, perhaps a White Russian?
Oh, how did you know that is my favorite?
Lucky guess.
Please make me a White Russian man in a Welcome to Herkesberger t-shirt.
You got it, Toots. You mind if I call you Toots? It doesn't matter. Okay, here we go.
So you guide her over. She sits down. She's the first at the table. Bingo immediately greets her like, ladies first, as they say. Of course, you would be first to arrive because you are the most competent of all of them, White Russian. And they begin to banter and chat around. And you go into the kitchen to make a drink.
Awesome. Okay, let me see if I can remember what's in a White Russian. I'm sure it's white. No. Fuck it. I just put some water in a cup, some milk on top of that, stir it with my finger, and then bring it out to her.
And the doorbell rings.
Oh, perfect timing. I go drop off the drink. There you go, White Russian. Do.
She looks incredibly displeased.
Oh, ice. I forgot ice. You're such an idiot, Van Helsing. How could you forget ice? It's a fancy dinner party. Everyone wants ice.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Okay, I'm coming. Oh my God, this is stressed out. Bingo's just sitting there, and I'm worried about all these guests I don't even know. Okay, I'll open the door.
It's Joey Three Toes.
Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going? I'm Joey. Excuse me, I can't really hear you. Yeah, I know, I whisper a lot, but I'm actually really cool about stuff like that. All right, sir, you're kind of a breather. That's fine. Come sit down.
Joey Three Toes, welcome to the dinner.
Oh, thanks for having me, Bingo. It's quite a pleasure out here. And I'm glad I could be here, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't hear a word you said, my child. Come sit down.
Yeah, I think he said he's happy to be here. Oh, man. Let's put a little megaphone. Get like a collar, like from like Wild Wild West with Will Smith and shit. And it straps around him, but it puts a little megaphone in front of him.
There we go. How do I sound now?
Wow, I didn't know that's what your actual voice sounded like when amplified.
Yeah, come to find out, I am pretty adequate about things. So, what are we doing here at this dinner? White Russian, glad to see you.
Yes, I could not be more pleased to see you, Joey Titos. It was a pleasure bringing you down from 4 toes to 3 last we met.
He takes off his boot and sticks his foot up on the table, and there's only 3 toes. Yeah, would you look at that? Turns out I can wear a smaller shoe now. You really helped me a lot. Italian leather is pretty expensive, so now I downsized.
This is going to be such a hard episode to get through. Okay. Bingo's like, oh my, your feet are even more manicured than I think White Russians is. How impressive.
Well, with a name like 3 Toes, you got to take care of all 3 of them toes. You don't know what's going to happen. Nobody wants a Joey 2 Toes on the hands.
That indeed. Ding dong.
Who could that be? I'm trying to get to know everybody and do everything. Okay, here we go. La 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 la.
So next up, you open the door, and at your eye level, you don't see anybody. It's just the street.
Oh, kind of weird.
Hey, down here. Hey,
who's there?
wait, why are you yelling? Down. Just look down. Look down.
Hold on, let me open the door all the way. I was just looking out a crack. Hello. Oh, hey, down there. Who are you?
Vinny, Dracula's cousin. I'm in a wheelchair, so, it would be nice if you could help me. I don't know why you picked a non-accessible location for this dinner, but it would be great if you could help wheel me in.
How'd you get that chair up those stairs?
It's a long story. Kind of ironic, actually. My cousin Dracula, kind of a big deal, kind of rolled down, fell down the stairs in his wheelchair, collapsed on top of me, died, twisted my legs in 7 different directions, and now I am actually, kind of wheelchair bound. Not great, but really opened up, my other senses and, my business acumen, and now I actually have a bigger role in Dracula's organization than ever.
The entire time you're talking, all I can think about is how are we going to get something on those wheels so you don't leave skid marks all over my floor?
Hey, you look really familiar.
Nope, come on inside. There you go. I'll push you.
You wheel him backwards, so he's facing another way, and you're pulling him in from the back, so he can't look at you.
Yeah, la 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 la, definitely know, and you know. Oh, look, there's the table. I'll push you right next here to this mobster guy and that white Russian lady who's not white or Russian, I don't think. And Bingo. Hey, Bingo, look, here's another guest.
Dracula's cousin Vinny. We could just call you Vinny, but it's better to say Dracula's cousin. Hey, thanks for inviting me. Really appreciate having a seat at the table. I plan to not let anything stand in our way of doing good business tonight.
Oh, hey there, Vinny. Glad to see you brought your own seat to the table.
Joey 3 Toes, formerly Joey 4 Toes. How is it going?
It's going pretty good, I just got done telling the story about how I'm saving a lot of money on my footwear now that I'm wearing a slimmer size.
Vinny, how have you been? I have not seen you since you were standing on your own 2 feet. Yeah, it's been a while, but I've actually been quite busy. Once your boss dies on you and then comes back to life, you really earn a lot of respect, and just keep getting more and more involved in the organization. It's pretty great. That sounds terrible.
That happened to me once, not to interject your guys' conversation. I'm here too.
Bingo interjects. Yes, thank you, Van Helsing. I think there's still one more place sitting you need to set up for our last guest, if you will.
Ding dong.
Shit, okay. Man, these guys sure are punctual. It's like they waited around the corner for a proper introduction, and then one by one, they're like, okay, introduction should be done. I guess I'll go ring the doorbell. But either way, I'll go check it out.
Who are you talking to, my child?
I'm monologuing, I'm sorry. It's, it's like those people that can hear my thoughts, but they can't, so I speak out loud. I'm going to get the door.
He's not listening to you. He's just talking with you, I guess.
Son of a bitch. Belmont would always listen to me. All right, open up the door. There's a 7-foot-tall guy with long, black, flowing hair, very large sunglasses, a cowboy hat, bandana. And then I look him up and down like, hello there, you must be Brutus the Brute? Oh, yeah, it's me, Brutus, and I'm over here to get in this house. Yeah. All right, that's kind of intimidating. Where's the head of the house, brother? Yeah. Oh, my God, you are super annoying. I don't know who agreed to do you like this or invite you to the house, but come on. Let's go sit you down. I don't sit anywhere, brother. I stand with my own 2 feet on these ground right here, and it is firm, brother.
Is that Macho Man Randy? I mean, Brutus the Brute, I hear?
Oh, yeah.
Brother, take a seat. Take a seat.
Yeah, kind of sounds like the Kool-Aid guy sometimes, too, but whatever. Go sit down. He's all sweaty and gross. Looks like he covered himself with baby oil before he came in here. It's disgusting. I don't know who comes to a dinner party looking like that.
Why does the help keep his monologuing? He clearly has not made my drink correctly. Nobody else has been offered drinks. I do not understand his purpose in the dinner. And Bingo immediately jumps in. He's a new tradie, and we're a little short-staffed lately, but I'm sure he will get up to speed very quickly, won't you? Van Gergenberger.
Oh, that's me. That's what it says on my extremely long name tag. Okay, you already have a delicious white Russian, which I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't really know how to make, but that's the best I can do, so that's what you're going to be getting all night. So enjoy that. And who's next? Vinny, what would you like?
Blood.
Yes, Vinny, go ahead.
Yes, blood.
Blood. What type do you prefer? A, B, A positive, B negative, O?
I mean, I'll take O positive if we're that basic. O negative is kind of where it's at, though.
I will check the fridge. All right, Vinny wants O blood. Pff, we don't have that. Joey, what do you want? I'll take a martini with 3 olives. That'd be great. Oh, yes, I didn't see that coming. You want 3 fucking olives to go with your 3 fucking toes. This is... Yeah, he's smiling as he's taking down the order. Yes. Okay, who's next? You there, Brutus. Let me guess. You want a whole barrel of grog. Oh, yeah. Like, all right, yeah, fair enough, all right. Bingo, can I get you anything? And if there's anybody I forgot.
No, I'm currently in a fast, but thank you very much, Van Bergenberger.
All right. Well, I'll get this order in, and the maid will be bringing the drinks back out. I am going to retire for the evening.
Vinny kind of is in like, this place doesn't look like a maid takes care of it. You really must be short-staffed, Bingo. Yes, unfortunately, in my absence, the estate has not been taken care of, but I assure you there's still quite a few valuable people here. Just not serving dinner this evening.
Hey! I'm trying my best.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are an excellent minimum wage employee, my child.
Thank you. I do the minimum amount of work for a wage. All right, cheerio and whatnot. See you guys later, I guess. And then he runs upstairs and goes and puts on his different outfit.
So Bingo addresses, tonight, esteemed guests and criminal masterminds of Groshurberger. I have brought you here for a proposal. A very enticing business proposal. But as is custom, first it would be great to share communion, entertainment, and bond with each other before we indulge on perhaps one of the greatest ventures of all time.
Hear to that, boy. Hear to that. I'll drink to that as soon as I get that drink.
You piqued my attention. And Joey Doritos, you can have my drink. It is disgusting. Just like you.
Well, thank you, pal. But I'm afraid... Oh, wait, there's 3 ice cubes in it. I could drink that. Thank
you. So, is that maid coming with blood or, not? Brutus, I don't really know you, but you're really tall and this is hurting my neck to stare at you. So, hey.
Oh, hey there. It's like when you look at me, you're looking at an Adonis, brother. Like this is chiseled marble, and you are just staring down a Greek god.
Okay. And with that, Bingo says he picks up a bell. Enter! Ding, 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 ding.
Running down the stairs is Van Helsing in a maid outfit.
Oh my God, what is that? Vinny says.
Oh, hello! It's just me. I am Greta, and I am here to get your drinks. Don't mind my facial hair. Bingo found me at a circus. I'm a bearded lady. It's easy.
Yes, we have many of those in our country. They don't usually serve drinks. They're usually in a cage that we throw vegetables at.
Well, how nice is that? I will put on a little hairnet over my mustache, and I will be right back with those drinks. Here we go.
Excellent. Now, while we wait for drinks, I must tell you that we are here at the behest of Dracula, and we are doing his good work and just making sure that everybody is still correctly aligned with our Lord and Savior Dracula. Vinny, obviously, I think that's not out of question. White Russian. Yes, reluctantly, we still support his cause as he agrees to control the trade routes that are needed for the Soviet sisters. That's her group, the Soviet sisters.
I like it.
And how about you, Joey Three Toes and Brutus? Are you still loyal to his Lord and Savior Dracula?
Well, I can't speak for Brutus, but as far as Joey Three Toes and the Three-Toe Three-Thing Slingers, we are definitely behind Dracula. And we think he's one cool cat, and we are willing to follow him into battle.
Did you pre-think of the Three-Toe Three-Thing Slingers?
No, I made that up.
That's hilarious. It's amazing. How do you just come up with that? I can't even come up with a single name for a city. And you... Anywho, whatever. Excellent. And you, Brutus?
Oh, yeah, brother. Brutus here, coming in loud and clear. And this Sunday, brother, me and the Turnbuckle Teddies are gonna be all over whatever Dracula wants, brother. Oh, yeah.
Whatever that means, excellent. Well, very good. And here are the drinks, as you guys are quite parched, I'm sure, from your long journeys.
Here we go. Vinny, there was no blood, really. So I found a rat, and I squished it, and I wrung it out into a cup. That's what you have. I don't know what kind of type they have or what have you. It's blood in a cup. And, sorry there, Joey. We only had 2 olives for your martini. Those I do know how to make, but only 2 olives. I apologize dearly.
You're going to offer me this? How dare you?
I'm so sorry, Joey. The maid is gifted, as I'm sure you can tell. Just please be very, very kind to her, and it's okay. We can divide, if we cut each olive into 3, and then put 2/3 of each olive in 3 sectors of the martini. I'm sure that would do just fine, wouldn't it? And he gives a very sinister look.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right there, Bingo. I'm sorry, I seem to have lost it there for a second. It's not your fault, obviously, that this 3-toed sloth was coming in here, meandering all over the place, and misplaced my drink. You're right. I'm gonna act on the straight and narrow right now. I'm sorry about that, Bingo. No need to offend.
I've not seen Joey Three Toes that riled since I cut off his foot toe. Also, does the maid also have 3 toes? I'm struggling to track.
Oh, no, sorry. That's a Vienna sausage that was wedged in my heels. It is quite disgusting and gross. I don't know how it fell in there. Sorry about that. It's just sticking up out of there. That's embarrassing.
Then he swirls his glass, which has blood and very clearly remains of a dead rat, and good year. Smells like the Black Plague. Very good. Shit really is a gift. And he smiles at Van Helsing seductively.
Yeah, you're welcome. I have an affinity for rats, I can pick out some good ones. How some people pick out good oranges or watermelons at the grocery store. I can find me a good rat.
Go get us appetizers, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
He just throws the grog to Bruce the Brute.
Catch. Oh, good reflexes. All right, be right back. Getting appetizers. Vienna sausages, come to find out, are not going to be on the menu. I dropped a whole can of them. Either way, you guys won't be disappointed. Be right back.
Now, quickly, we must do some bit of inventory. How many strong are each of your factions still?
Let me tell you something, brother. Me and the Turnbuckle Teddies are approximately 50 Teddies deep, brother. And this Sunday, you'll find out what the power is.
The power is 50 steroided muscle bros. I am not particularly worried. The Soviet sisters are 400 strong and all unmarried. They are far superior to the Sunday school brats that Brutus has, and whatever Joey Three Toes is currently leading.
I'm afraid what the White Russian is trying to say is that she has a bunch of big dames that are completely unfuckable underneath her wing. The three-toed thing-slingers are all about the rage. There's approximately 3,333 of us, approximately. And let me tell you, every single one of them has only 3 toes on their right foot.
So Vinny's like, so what happened before the White Russian cut off your fourth toe? Were you 4,444 strong, and did they all have 4 toes, and then you had to cut all of their toes off?
Let's just say I had to eliminate 1,111 people.
I like your style, and that is why you have a seat at the table, Joey Three Toes.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. I'm doing my best to keep my attitude in check, and I hope you can realize that the three-toed three singles are here for you and for Dracula, one cool cat.
Yes, I absolutely think they will be very welcome to joining forces when I make my proposal this evening. Van Bergensberger. And rings the bell.
I'm coming. Sorry, I went outside to find some fresh pickles, because they're in a jar out there. But really, all I found was 1,111 cut off pinky toes, and it was really disgusting. I don't know where they came from. It was a big drum. It had a big red ribbon on it.
Joey, what did I tell you about storing that stuff here? This is my hideout, not yours.
Oh, I didn't mean nothing from it, boss. I just meant to drop you off a little gift is all. Show you how dedicated we are, the three-toed, three-thing-slingers for this cause. We're a big outfit here in Go Groshurberger, and we're here for you.
All right, anyways, now that you're done kissing, no pickles, so here are an assortment of cheeses, some blackberries. Oh, blackberries. They take me back. Did I ever tell you that one time there was a blackberry bush that went on for miles?
Yes, thank you, Van Bergen. We are good here. Just place down what you have. And it's like a very disproportionate amount. It's like a slice of cheese and then multiple bowls of blackberries.
I want to say it's really sweaty. Like it's been sitting out for a couple hours. It's discolored.
The cheese or Van Helsing?
Both at this point.
Now that brings me to a very important topic, all of you. Each of you, as required by Dracula, were required to bring a tribute this evening to demonstrate your leadership and the superiority you have over your group. As Joey Three Toes has already proven, his clan cut off their toes. What do you have for me, White Russian, Vinny, and Brutus? As Dracula's cousin, I bring you Dracula's word, Bingo. If you fulfill your duties this evening, then you will get everything you need from Dracula's forces, which are far more than 3,333, far more than the 50 Sunday schools girls, and the Soviet sisters, whatever that is. The Soviet sisters are 500 strong, and they should not be underestimated. The Soviet sisters, they bought you the ceremonial eye patch worn by the leader, femme fatale, of our group. I usually wear it, but I actually have both eyes, and it is actually causing a lack of vision in the other eye and a lazy eye. So here is our tribute for this evening.
Bingo, can I have that eye patch? For things.
You may hold on to it for now.
Excellent.
And he puts it on.
Brutus, what did you bring me this evening?
Oh, sorry about that, brother. I didn't realize there was that kind of party. All I brought was these rippling, bulging muscles.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. And then immediately he pulls out, Bingo takes out a tomahawk and just throws it at him. And it I don't know, where do you want it to hit him?
Oh, just right in the forehead. And sticks, slow motion, and then his head hits the table, driving it further into his forehead.
But then I imagine after that, he lifts his head back up, and he's like, man, brother, that really hurt.
Good thing there's a lot of space in there, brother, and I got some of the biggest forehead muscles in the game.
I imagine he flexes and it pushes the tomahawk out of his forehead.
Look at the cum gutters on this forehead, brother.
Do not make me have to correct you again, Brutus. What tribute will you be bringing me?
Let me think about it, brother. Oh, yeah. How about 50 gold world championship wrestling belts.
If that will earn the respect of your faction, then I humbly accept.
Awesome. I can't wait to tell them. We're going to go get oiled up and wrestle each other right after this meeting. No, yeah.
You should probably bandage that to keeping holding your head up before something fills that space in your head.
It'll heal up. I'm used to it. We got this new fella. His name's Bane, but he loves the venom. That's his shtick.
Venom addiction is very similar to the addiction to blood that us vampires have. You can't stop putting it in your mouth, and once it exits someone's body and into your body, you feel overwhelmed with pleasure and ecstasy.
Oh, yeah, brother. More like can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? This Sunday, from the top of a ladder, going down through a table, in a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Very good. Now, for our main course this evening, delicacy soup that we acquired from rare merchants in town. You will be quite pleased.
Are you talking about the one with the kick?
Yes, the spicy soup for our guests.
Yes, okay. Yes, yes, okay. Very well. There's not a lot of bowls. Would it be better if I just put it in my hands?
Make it make sense, Van Hergenberger. And he gives you a very, intense stare.
God, all right, sorry. Okay. Usually Belmont puts up with my shenanigans, but not this motherfucker, piece of shit.
As you're grumbling out, Vinny says, sexy maid attendant, Ben Bergenberg or whatever.
Yes.
Could you please provide me a straw with my soup?
Okay, it's kind of weird. I don't think sugar burgers in the state of California, so I'll bring you a plastic straw. How's that sound?
I mean, if you want to serve it to me, that would be delicious.
Fine, I'll feed it to you, you weirdo. Let me go get the bowls.
So while that's happening, the White Russian interjects. Bingo, I think we should get right down to business. The Soviet sisters are very busy, and while we respect your gathering of the forces tonight, we must know what is your proposal.
Yeah, brother. What are you thinking of bringing to the turnbuckle teddies?
Even Dracula is curious. Bingo, what do you plan to bring today? Well, esteemed guests, I have for you quite the proposal that will bring all of our groups together and let them all enjoy the fruits of crime all at once. But it would be very, very rude of me to do so before our main course and some entertainment. And as that comes out, you come, Van Hergenberger comes. Why do I keep saying his code name when I'm not even talking about it? Van Helsing comes out with some soup.
In the belly dancer outfit now.
Yes, exactly.
La 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 la. Bowl for you, bowl for you, bowl for you. I'll be back to feed you, and a bowl for you. Bingo, bango, bongo. Here we go. Vinny, open up. Here comes the airplane. You fucking creepy vampire. All you vampires are always creepy. Like Nosferatu was so creepy. Sticking his Vinny, get your finger out of my mouth. I'm trying to feed you.
I can't help myself. You look just like your sister, that maid. Where did she go?
We're twins. You know, those. Yeah, it's a family name. We come from the mean streets of Sugarburger.
It must have been tough growing up on the streets of Hergersberger.
It was, because 90% of these kids have the same last name in town. Could you imagine roll call in school for that? Like, is Billy Hergersberger here? You know, or graduation. Like, you had to go through so many Hergersberger just to get to your name, you know? Like, Adam Hergersberger was so lucky his name started with an A.
Van Herzenberger, can you please? I believe it is time for the performance that you have prepared.
Oh, quite right. Hold on. Yes, let me stuff more of this soup down Vinny's throat. Duh.
He's dousing him like a priest does, like an exorcism.
The power of the soup compels you, Vinny.
Compels me to love you.
All right, here I go. All right, I do a cartwheel. Oh, got to limber up a little bit. Pull out my wedge. Oh, it's code for wedgie. All right, hit it.
There's some cymbals by themselves over. I didn't know who was going to play them, but I just said hit it. They're just sitting there.
And everybody has your full attention.
All right, here we go. Twerk it. Let me work it. Yes. Drop down and reverse it. Something like that. I don't know. I feel silly up here. Bingo.
Now, as you can see, embarrassment and failure is something we don't tolerate. Van Hessenberger, you're fired. Please exit the premise immediately.
Are you serious? I just got into this outfit.
You are a worker, not fit to entertain, seduce, or even feed this vampire cousin lord some soup. Get out right now. We have no further use for you, Van Hergenberger.
I'm leaving.
As you walk by, Vinny slides you a piece of paper with his it's a picture of where the castle is and a map.
The name of his raven to call for a letter.
Yeah, something.
Oh, I'm not taking this, you pervert, as I'm folding it up and putting it in my cleavage.
Giving him a wink back.
And then Bingo stares at you sternly again, and you get the picture, and you go outside. So as you're outside, you're kind of moping. You start monologuing about how hard you worked to prepare that meal and how you were really excited to kind of state the stage for Bingo for a sec. And as you do that, you hear some guy running towards your direction. He's like, Joey, I need to get a hold of Joey. It's a trap. The whole thing's a trap. I got to talk to Joey.
What's a trap? There's no trap. There's a mouse trap. But I already caught a mouse. But you see, I have my mouse traps set up in a way that they won't trap rats.
There's no time. I got to stop him before Bingo is going to kill them all. Excuse me. And he tries to push past you to get into the building.
Come here, fella. I have some information for you.
Oh.
Sucker punch.
And he loses balance because he only has 3 toes, and so he doesn't, have that kind of plantar friction going on down there. And he rolls down the stairs, and from inside, you can actually hear the White Russian say, "What was that? Did you hear that?"
It was just a big rat out here. Nothing to worry about. I'm stepping on rats. I actually don't know why I'm here. I got kicked out. I'm leaving now. I was just dropping off the mail key.
And with that, it cuts back inside, and everybody's had their soup. Esteemed guests of the evening, the plan is that all forces, all of your factions, will immediately, as of tonight, stop working for you and report to me as the ambassador to Dracula.
Never, brother.
That sounds preposterous. I agree with the brute. The Soviet sisters will never follow a man, let alone a Dracula man. We work in collaboration, but Z will not work. For you, Bingo, you are out of line.
That would never jive for us there, friend. I'm afraid you have too many toes on your right foot.
Oh, yes, I suppose I do, don't I? Then a toast. Please, whatever beverage you were served, if you even have one, raise your glass and I will rescind my offer if that is what you so choose.
Yeah, I think that's not going to fly here, friend, but I will still drink to you because that is what civilized people do. Brutus, please drink with us.
The Soviet sister refuses to pick up her glass, and Vinny grabs his blood, and Bingo says, to mutual respect and understanding that one way or another, I will get exactly what I want. And he drinks, and Brutus and Joey Thutos do actually start to drink before they're like, wait. And then they both spit out their drink immediately, and then they both, kind of like Brutus did the first time, drop their head, slam onto the table. Bingo looks over at the Soviet sister, and she's like, I am not that stupid that I would fall for a poisoned toast just because I refuse to give you access to the Soviet sisters. Van Helsing, come back in.
All right, here I come. La 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 la. Unlock the door.
Dragging the body of the 3-toed gang member.
Van Helsing, could you remind me, the poison that we put in this night's dinner, was it in the wine or the drinks?
No, I'm afraid not. You handed me the poison. It was labeled poison. And then over that label was another label that said kick, as opposed to not confuse me. So that's definitely in the soup, along with some oregano and chili powder and some freshly ground cayenne.
And you start hearing coughing from the Soviet sister, and she starts choking. This soup has good you.
Well, it was quite delicious, wasn't it? It had white pepper and black pepper, multiple kinds of peppers.
And at the same time, she, again, head drops, passes out, and Bingo looks over to Vinny. Very good, Bingo. As a vampire, I am not affected by this poison, and I am quite impressed. So tell me, what is your real plan here tonight? As I proposed, I will consolidate these three factions, the Soviet sisters, the three-toed
Thing slingers.
and the Sunday
Turnbuckle
teddies under one faction under Dracula's flag. And while you, the vampires, have vulnerability at night, your day faction or your day militia will protect you, the castle, and your vampire demon warriors. We will help serve you in the day, and Dracula will rule the night as he always intended.
And we will be known as the Cats. Name is pending.
Then he looks you up and down, and he's like, you are so dumb, but I'm so attracted to you. I just, looks like you're sitting on a secret, if you know what I mean.
No, that's just that can of Vienna sausages from earlier. They get stuffed in all kinds of crevices. It's really disgusting, obviously. Like, I don't even know who really eats those things.
Vinny, I implore you to go back to Dracula. Let him know that I have taken over and what our plan is. I have the eye patch of leadership from the Soviet sisters. Bunch of, I guess, gold wrestling belts that should probably help me sway those idiot British controls. And then lastly, the three-toed thing slingers. Well, we have their fourth toe, so I guess that will be helpful. What happened to their fifth toes? I really have to know.
I guess we'll never know, because he's dead. I can wake up this guy that I knocked unconscious and ask him if you want me to.
No, that's fine. We'll feed him some soup as well. He knows too much.
All right. He gets right to it.
And with that, Vinny turns into a bat, but still has his head. He only partially transmorphs, and he flies over to Van Helsing, and he's just sort of still doesn't recognize him at all. And he's like, "When you're looking for a 3 a.m. friend, hit me up."
Yes, I saw the note. If I'm hurting for a squirtin', flash for Vinny. I get it.
He's like, "Atta girl," and he flies close to your face, licks your cheek, and then flies away.
God, I should have put holy water in that fucking soup. Vampires are disgusting.
No, it's better you didn't, Van Helsing. Vinny is, unfortunately, our liaison between us and Dracula, and we must stay on good terms, even though I don't like him very much either. Enough said. I think we have something going with you, seducing him like that. Very good, excellent craftsmanship and strategy.
Well, it was really gross because you know how people in wheelchairs often wear blankets on their laps, but you could obviously tell it was a very thin blankie, and he didn't have any pants on underneath, and his raging boner was looking at me the entire time. It was disgusting.
I know, my boy, I know. And he comes up and he's like, and I know if you need to fall on a dagger, if you get what I'm saying, that when that time comes, you will do so honorably for you and for me.
Please stab me with a real dagger before I have to fall on that.
The good news is we do not plan to totally abide by what I propose tonight. We are not Dracula's puppets, but we do need to keep up the illusion, as you know. Okay?
Yes, some trickery.
I may have said some harsh things tonight, but I had to earn, street cred on the Hergersberger streets to make them respect me. And so...
You called me a piggy. It's hurtful.
In my culture, we respect pigs.
Like Indians with cows?
Yes, but in your case, you're just overweight, and I need you to do things for me.
Fair enough.
Anywho, please clean up this dinner now, and I must go. I have a few more things in my chambers to attend to.
All right. I might need help lifting that muscular one. He looks kind of buff, but I'll figure it out.
I'm sure you can. And as he does so, he goes off into some other room in his hideout.
There's got to be a way that I can get a note to Belmont and tell him that I'm safe and sound. We didn't go to Chult. The coin flipped the other way. And I got to tell him what the Swami's plans are. There's got to be something here, something around.
And just then, Joey Three Toes rolls over. He's like, "What are you monologuing to?"
Oh, you're still awake. How do I get a message out of the city to somebody special? Secretly.
Use the 3-prong password with the 3 toes, and they'll do what you need.
What's the password? Oh my God, he died. All right, look for a password on his body. Why would he keep it on his body unless he tattoos it on himself like I do with important messages that I need?
Crumians? What was the one from the other episode? Mummians? It was Mummians.
Yes, Mummians here in Groshurberger.
While all this is happening, while Van Helsing is like trying to ponder this stuff, Bingo goes into a room. Then he closes the door and uses some kind of like old-fashioned deadbolt thing, and then listens for a moment, hears you monologuing, and then walks over to a portrait, lifts it open, pulls a lever, and it opens this like door that shows a stairway down into the basement. It's been a long time since I've seen my guest of honor. Let me go down and greet him. And he starts heading down the stairs.
At this point, Van Helsing is just pushing the dead bodies out to the front stoop and just leaving them out there for now.
You'd be surprised how often that happens in Groshurberger. It's a tough city.
This is actually Martin Luther King Groshurberger Boulevard. It's very rough in this area.
Anywho, while that's going on, Bingo heads downstairs. We'll just say he had a torch on him for convenience, and he lights the torches in the stairwell and then gets to this bottom room. And it's very musty. Clearly, no one's been down here for the entire probably 2 decades that he was trapped down in the Belmont's basement. And he lights the room, and he sees a dark-skinned indigenous person restrained. And it is none other than Tobad Ziskini.
Oh, okay.
Tobad Ziskini, it is very good to see you again.
How'd you get down here, Bingo?
That's his voice? Is that where we're going?
Yes.
Okay.
For now, I'll change it if we don't like it.
Well, shortly after I captured you last time, I had a little bit of a detour and a run-in with some dark magic Belmonts, and they sealed me in their manor for a very long time, but I was patient. I used the meditation skills that I learned from you and your brother, and I waited, and finally I am free and ready to finish what I started 20 years ago.
You need to let me out of here. And where's my brother? I tell you, you will get revenged on.
Oh, I believe he will be here soon, but not to get revenge, my dear Tebazikini. He knows I have his weapons, and he takes out, he opens his jacket and grabs a bunch of glowing arrows. To kill Dracula, he'll be looking for these. But little does he know that I'm looking for him. And once the two of you are together, I'll be able to resurrect the Sun Tower. Dracula can rule the night for all I care, but I will rule the day. And he does a maniacal laugh.
Right.
I'll never let it happen. Never.
You don't have a choice. And he laughs and then starts heading back up the stairs slowly.
Are we still in Groshurberger?
All right, then we will end it there for tonight. And with the help of some very heavy editing, I think we'll get this into a somewhat concise, funny episode.
Oh, yeah, brother.
As usual, I'll just do our disclaimer. Feel free, if you enjoy our show, please leave us a review on either Apple Podcasts or a rating on Spotify. And feel free to even share an episode on social media. Help other people find the podcast so they can listen to. Just tell them to skip season 1 and jump right to the season 2, focusing on the Daft Monks.
Yeah, just go to this episode.
And we promise if we get 700 subscribers to the reoccurring payment method, we will send all of you guys welcome to our Groshurberger t-shirts.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Congratulations, you've survived another episode of Daft Monks. Did you enjoy the episode? Do you love the show? Do you want to pay for our dental plan? If so, I think it's only fair that you show Nat One some love in return. No, not that kind of love. Please, put it away. Oh, I meant follow us on our social medias and all that good stuff. Simply click the links in the episode description to follow us on our Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, or click support our show to make a monthly contribution to help pay for all the expensive software Nate subscribes to. And don't worry, other Nate will see the money eventually as it grows, but not anytime soon. I promise. Lastly, do you want even more Nat One goodness? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? Then click the prequel podcast link to listen to our experimental first season of podcasting for 50+ more episodes of conspiracy theories, messy one-shot campaigns, and of course, all of your favorite Nat One hijinks. Now,
Thank you a ton, and we will talk to you next week.